Alright, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World, and I'm Blue Devil. What we have going on today is a video of Bricc Baby over on Mac Talk TV talking about he found 2 million inside his basement. But before we get into this video, if you guys are new to the Hater World, make sure you go over, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like the video, and most importantly, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you guys like what I'm doing or whether you don't. And salute to all the subscribers. You guys already know, nothing but love. But check this out. We saw this video. We reacted to this video on my live this past Saturday, and I had a story to tell. So I thought it'd be a good reaction video to give to you guys along with my little small story. So this video here, the way I received it was it came to my DM on Instagram at TheHaterWorld. So if you don't follow me, make sure you do so. Also hit me up on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook, all at TheHaterWorld. And for all business inquiries, hit me up at TheHaterWorld@gmail.com. But check this out. With no further ado, I don't want to hold you guys too long. Let's go ahead and watch this video of Bricc Baby and get you guys a Southsider's reaction. So with no further ado, let's get it.
I think that I was at like 6 years old, bro. Out of Detroit, cause my mom was gone, and we had our neighbors over. And we
Wait, let's rewind that. Did he say he got kicked out of his house at 6 years old? Let's rewind.
I got kicked out the house when I was 6. I got kicked out the house at like 6 years old, bro. Out of Detroit, cause my mom was gone, and we had our neighbors over, and we was playing hide and go seek at the house.
Check this out. I've heard interviews of Bricc Baby saying that he lived in New Orleans, Atlanta, LA, Texas, now Detroit. Damn, this homeboy's been around. That's the life. To be able to hit all these states and just be able to see different things. A lot of motherfuckers are stuck. They can't leave the hood. Motherfuckers don't leave the hood. Even after they grow up, they don't leave the hood. So to be able to leave, if that's true, it's a dope ass thing. Let's go.
We found the stash like 2 million, and we
2 million
throwing that mother everywhere. We was young, so we throwing the money.
Where was the stash at?
In our basement. We had a
Y'all
we had
was
like
so
a little.
bad.
Look.
If he said 2 million, it was only really like 10,000. Homeboys like to add, they like to fucking add more than what it really is. If a motherfucker says he found 1 million, it was only 500,000. That's the way it works. I don't believe it was 2 million, but that's just me. Let's go.
But we in the basement playing hide and seek.
Right.
But we got a slot machine down there that we used to always play on.
Yeah.
So I always used to be down there. I done hit the jackpot on there and all that.
Right.
My mama made me put all the quarters back. Because I be down there with it so much. So
Right.
you
doing too much. Yeah.
Put it back in. Because when she used to have her little functions over there, she used to. So we done found the money. We money up.
So you found it in the basement. Who found it?
It took her 3 days to count the money, and we went down there.
Who found it?
Me and my big sister.
You and your big sister found it.
Yeah.
How old was you at that time?
I was 6.
You were 6, and then it was in the walls. Where was it at?
It was yeah.
Oh my God. Check this out. First of all, of the slot machine, I believe that. I really do believe that. Because grown-ups back then had a lot of weird shit. My dad had a whole pool table down in the fucking garage. A garage that was built into a fucking room. He had a whole man cave. He had games and shit down there. So I believe that, But China Mac asked him, where'd he find the money? He goes, in the walls. And this fool was about to say something totally different. Say, oh yeah, in the walls. So this is the thing. When people tell stories, a lot of times they're not lying. They're not lying. The thing is that it's been so long they forget. And they're just making it up as they go, and later they remember. And the reason I say that is because I've told stories where I'm telling stories, I'm like, oh, this has happened. And then 2 seconds later, remember, wait, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened. Because it starts to come back. So I don't believe he's lying. I just believe he don't know the facts 100%, being a story that's that old. But let's go.
If you try to hide behind the couch, it was like a little
Oh, so that y'all went to hide behind the couch.
And found the stash.
And found the stash.
You guys want to know a dope ass stash that I used to have? It don't matter no more because someday you guys will know what I used to stash there. You know, I've already said that when we hit a certain number, I'll expose more about my life, but that's still way in the future, right? I used to have one of those big ass old screen TVs, the big screen TVs, the big 60 inches, the big boxes. You know, this was back in 2004 when those TVs, we had no LEDs yet, and if we did, LCDs, those shits were expensive back then. We had those big 50-inch cabinet TVs. And I bought one just to hollow it out, you know. I bought one just to hollow it out, and I remember that shit was like $2,500 back then. I hollowed it out, and I had it in the backyard, pushed up against the fence. It was a wood fence, so it was just wood, you know, wood fence. And I hollowed it out, put it up against the fence, and then we had nothing but tires and trash around it. So anytime that anybody would come around snooping, they thought that the TV had the screen, so they would never really pull it back to look on the inside because it was sitting flush with the wood fence, you know. So that was the best hiding spot, you know. You think a TV's against the wall, you don't think that there's nobody in it, you know. Fuck, I think I just gave it up. But check this out. Let's keep going. I fucking forgot.
Like I'm looking, I'm like, you know, I'm little. I crawl up in there. I get the foot of that right in there. Girl, my sister put it out. We busting it open. We thinking it's fake.
So y'all just ripping it up, throwing it
Nah,
on.
we didn't rip it.
But y'all busted open. Y'all bust open the pack.
Yeah. We was throwing the shit. We didn't rip the money though. We would have probably got up.
So y'all was just throwing it around.
Yeah, my mom sent me back.
And you said, she said how long? It took her how long?
3 days.
3 days to count it.
3 days.
All right, that's where my story comes in. It took the mom 3 days to count 2 million. Now, on my live, if you motherfuckers don't follow my lives, it's every Friday and Saturday at 6:30, right? And we just react to whatever's going on. I said a story about this. Check this out. So he said it took his mom 3 days to count 2 million. When I was about like, I think I must have been like 10, 11, you know, somewhere around that age. I had an uncle that used to come down a lot. Like he used to come down every weekend, right? And at that time I was too young to understand what exactly he was doing. You know, as I got older, I understand. Now I understand, but he used to come and stay at our place every weekend, you know, every weekend. And at this time, it was just me and my dad that used to live at this place. Nobody else, just me and my dad. And my uncle used to come every weekend, you know. And one day, he's staying at the pad. He's staying in the living room. And I had to get up to go get water. So I had to pass up the living room to go into the kitchen. And as I'm walking, I didn't want to look in the living room because, you know, I heard some noise, so I thought he was doing something. So as I'm walking down the hallway, my peripherals, I see him get up really fast, like he thought somebody was coming, which I was, but you know, he got up really quick. And the first thing I thought, I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I thought, I was like, damn, this fool has a girl here, or he's doing some funny business, you know. So me thinking that he got a girl and he's piping her down, I don't want to look over there. So I keep walking like a zombie, act like I can't see. I go get my water, I ignore him the whole thing, and then I finally, before I walk out of the hallway into the rooms, I finally look. And this fool had all the couches pushed back. We had 3 couches that were all pushed back as far as they could go. And this fool had the whole living room. Stacked up with hundreds like this. He had big old piles. The whole living room. And I'm like, oh shit. At that age, I ain't never seen no money like that in my life. And he didn't see me looking because I think that when he saw that I was just focused, he didn't even look back no more. He kept doing his thing, right? So I went into my room, went to sleep. The next day, they left. Him and my dad left. They were gone, right? They left, and I went snooping around. Not gonna bullshit. You know, as a 10-year-old kid, you want to know what the fuck is going on. So I go snooping around, and he had these big, you know, the 18 pack of the sodas. They have bigger ones. They have like 24 packs. It was all the sodas were gone, and they were all filled up with hundreds. He probably had like 50 of those motherfuckers, all in the corner with his luggage and everything. And nah, I didn't take nothing. I didn't have to take nothing. Whatever I wanted, my dad would have bought for me, or my uncle. I could have asked him for anything, he would have gave it to me, And so, as the years went by, I knew what he was doing, right? And he would never give me. He would give me stuff after he found out that I was cool and I was in the streets. When he found out that I was in the streets, he would give me some stuff, but it would always be the leftover stuff. If you get my drift, it was never no heavy duty stuff. It was just all the leftover shit. And hey, it was all for free, and I was able to flip my things and get my money. So it was what it was, But that reminds me of this shit. This fool was out there in the middle of the night counting all his stacks. About to probably go drop off or whatever, or whatever the fuck the case is. I don't know, but that had to be. I swear it had to be over $1 million. How much it was, I don't know, But let's keep going.
Wow. Swear to God, she sent me back to LA.
She kicked you out. You gotta go.
But she.
How about your sister?
The reason that we all had to go.
Wow.
We went back home. We went to my stepmom's house. But the reason why she kicked me out was because she didn't want me to go to school and be bragging, or the neighbors to go to their house
and say you had that bread,
because the neighbor, the nigga be robbing it. He said like he hang with the robber type.
Yeah, you can't let nobody know.
So she like that night, but we was there.
That makes sense. It's either that or move. Get your kids out of school and move. But then you gotta think about a lot of shit, right? You gotta think about like how you got 2 million you in the hood. But then again, that is undercover. I know people that see, this goes back to shit that I don't. Well, not that I don't want to say, but I don't want to say too much, right? But people always say this: do what they're not gonna expect. If you're moving weight and you live in front of the cop station, they ain't gonna expect that. They're gonna expect you to live in the outskirts. But if you fucking right in front of the cop station, and every day you come out with your coffee, you say hi to the cop, they're not expecting you a drug dealer or a murderer, because you right in their face. And back in the day, that's what we used to do. We used to be right in their face, and they never thought that we were doing what we were doing because we were right in their face. It's all mind games. It's all mind games. But this video is done. I think there's like 30 more seconds. Let's give it a go and we'll call it a video.
I was wondering why we were staying in the hotel like immediately. You know what I'm saying? We got a residence in, the one with the stove and then we was staying at one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ended up going back.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't tripping. I never even, but she was telling me like when I got older, like,
when you got older, like
when she got out, she like, this why you have to go home. Like, but she came back like probably like 3 months later.
Check it out. It sounds like Bricc Baby had a great childhood growing up. That fool was all over the place. Shout out to Bricc Baby. If he's lying, he's not lying. We don't know. We can't judge the guy, unless we find out otherwise. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that'll tell all these stories, say all these things, and at the end, they're just bullshitting, Stories come out that they're liars, rats, you call it. But fuck it, we're going to kill this video where it lay and call it a day. Like I said, when I reacted to this in my live, it brought back that memory. And let me tell you something. As you get older, you need to remember these memories, because if you don't remember them, they will fade away. I have homeboys that be telling me, hey, fool, remember when we did this? And I'll be dumbfounded like a motherfucker. I'll be like, what? I did that? Be like, yeah, fool, remember? And that takes a couple of times they tell me a story where I recall, and it's like, oh, shit, you're right. So it's one of those things where you got to keep remembering these stories, or like I say, give it up on the Southside Story. That's why that way it's on the internet for life, But other than that, check us out on TheHaterWorld Bitz. Check us out on Southside Storiez, and also check us out on Twitch. We're trying to go up, and we're doing videos on not TikTok, Twitter as well. So hit us up on Twitter. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your comments below. Let me know if you think I'm a fucking liar or if you think that I am telling the truth. So other than that, we're going to kill it where it lay and call it a day. I'm Blue Devil. This has been a TheHaterWorld production, and we out.